Hey everyone, start of November, looking back at October, everything has completely changed and you're here to get into the stats and find out what's going on, so let's do it. Hey everyone, it's Richard Payne here again from Halifax Homes and Lifestyles at eXp Realty, and it is the very start of November, looking to get this out to you super quick so that you can stay informed of basically everything that's going on in the Halifax market. So whether you're a buyer, whether you're a seller, whether you're moving here, whether you're just interested in following along with the real estate market in Halifax, we're kind of covering it all for you. So let's get into some of those key stats that we want to do. Now, if you are getting any value from this video, previous videos, all of the stuff that's on the channel, then definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell so that you get notified of every video that we put out, so that you're up to date with everything and you've got tons of tips, tons of information about buying, selling, or investing here in the Halifax real estate market. So the biggest thing that we're seeing, well, aside from interest rate hikes, that we've seen like 6 of those going on so far in the year. And yet the Bank of Canada did say back in the start of like 2020, 2021, no interest rate hikes until December 23. Yeah, right, they lied. So we're on the back of, obviously in November, there's probably another announcement for interest rate hikes coming soon. So it's gonna be real interesting to see if that like keeps doing what I'd say it's been designed to do, which is cool off the housing market. Now, nationally, there's a market. Locally is what we care about, like what's going on in the Nova Scotia HRM market. So average price point there, we're at $549,000. So when you look at that compared to the prior month, we're up like just 2% on the prior month, still up 6% on this month, October, last year. So you can still see that we are like kind of still ahead of last year. It's just the margins that we are increasing over last year are getting less and less. So let's also have a quick look at like how much over asking price. So we are at 98.9% sale to list price now. So that gap, like if you go back, I think it was like May. If you go back and look at May, we were like 112 or 117% sale to list price. Yeah, 98.9 now. So you can see it's changed like quite a lot. And that's really what I see continuing. I don't think we're going to see that many houses going completely over asking price like we did in the past. Doesn't mean to say there aren't going to be some that will, because there will. But we're just not seeing it like we did at the start of this year and pretty much most of last year. So let's look at quick days on market. We are at 27 days on market. It was 25 last month. It was 20 this time last year. So again, we're seeing sale to list price being about the same. We're seeing days on market starting to go up. And guess what? That means inventory is kind of doing the same thing. We've got 2 months of inventory right now. Last month that was 2.3. Last year, 0.7. Giving you some clues as to what's going on here. That interest rate and obviously the higher price points overall inside of HRM is definitely cooling off the market and is slowing the market down. And I know when we looked at September, it was a really like slow, rapid slow compared to previous months. So when we look at the number of sales we've had this time, we are at 314 houses sold. Compare that to last month, we are up 9% on last month and we are down 30% on last year. So that shows that the amount of people that are buying houses has really dropped off. Interest rate effect. Plus, I think, you know, you kind of look at a lot of people have been probably a little bit, like we say, battle weary over the last year and a half, 2 years, and they've definitely therefore said, okay, fine, I'm just going to tail off and I'm not going to go hard and fast anymore when I'm actually looking at properties for sale. So I think that's had an effect. So when we look at number of homes for sale, we're at 636 homes for sale. It was 660 last month, so like a little bit of a change there, but not too much. Big thing is last year we are up 98%. 98% on last year in terms of the number of homes that are active for sale. So you can see this is why we've now got the inventory creeping up a little bit. And that's really giving you an idea as to, yeah, a lot of the buyers have slowed down. A lot of the sellers are still going on there. Maybe some of the sellers are hanging out for prices that are just a little bit too high because days on market are increasing. Sales to price, sale price to list price is kind of getting very similar. That gives you a clue that really, from a selling point of view, you've got to make sure you're so attractive to the market and you're accurately priced. You don't be the one, because I see my emails every day and I get a lot of properties that are matching my client searches where it's price reductions, price changes, still on the market, went conditional, came back active for sale again. So like, it's a completely different market. And what this means for buyers is now is probably the best time. Like, there's always a time when you look in the real estate market when you think this is the time that real wealth can be accumulated. This is that time. This is what we're going through now, when a lot of people are like, whoa, time out, I'm backing out of the market. And a lot of people who are going to create some pretty serious wealth, it's going to be now and the next like 3 to 4 months, when everyone's going, I'm pausing, interest rates are going up, and yeah, interest rates are going up, but they're not going to keep going up. They are absolutely going to flatline and then go down. So then you just refinance. So this is the time when it's the buyers. This is when you want to get in there and have a look. Listings, got to make sure that you are really sharp on your marketing, on your price, and the condition of your house. Those are the 3 things that we always say will sell a house. So make sure you're really sharp on that. Now let's get into like some of the other more interesting information. So in terms of like, let's look at those active listings again. So 314 listed, we're up 9% on last month, but we are down 30% on last year for the active listings. So again, you can see everything is starting to shift. So let's look at new listings to sales ratio. So new listings to sale ratio is basically for the new listings that came on the market, which this month was 368, like we sold 314. So we're at 85% sale to listing ratio. And that basically gives you an idea as to, for the new listings that are coming on and for the properties that are getting sold, are we basically staying the same? So if we were 100% sale to listing in terms of numbers, that would make things a lot more straightforward, and you basically wouldn't see any increase in inventory, any decrease in inventory. So right now we are obviously a little bit down from last month, but still 2 months of inventory. That's not a lot of inventory. Look at September though, we were at like 419 new listings and it was a 69% sale to listing ratio. That's why the number of inventory months went up in September. But last year we were at 106%. So more or less what we listed in October last year was what we sold in October last year. So those are some of the key stats that we're seeing as what's really going on. Now, did a little bit of trick investigating here because I was like, what's going on? Like, how many offers are going over asking price compared to the, like, what did we say we sold? 314. How many were over asking? So I said, okay, like, let's look at $1,000 over asking and above. Well, 32% of the houses that we sold were sold for $1,000 or more over asking price. Average, $26,000. If we added all of those up, the average was $26,000 over asking for that 32%, so ish, like 100 homes. When you look at the opposite end, well, okay, we now have 66% that were sold under asking price, and that equated to an average of 25,000 over asking price. So when you look at like 25,000 under average, 26,000 over average, and yeah, it's a game of percentages, that's showing you why we're at like 99% sale to list price. So those are the key numbers. Now let's get into some of those markets. So our number one market here in the month of October was Timberley, Upper Tantallon, St. Margaret's Bay area. Just looking at the stats here, $598,000 average price. Pretty up there, and yes, there were definitely a few properties in there in St. Margaret's Bay that were like high-priced houses, probably on the ocean. Number of days on market there is 39 days on market. Sale to list price is 98.5%. Longer days on market there, like 39 days on market. That's kind of getting up into the like month and a bit. So interesting to see that. They had 33 homes sold, 91 active, which gives you more or less 2.83 months of inventory there. So interesting to see that even though it's the highest volume, it's also got the highest number of properties for sale active as well. Number two market, we are in East Hants, Colchester, Lance, Enfield, Elmsdale area, if you kind of know where that is on the map. We are at a $413,000 average sale price there. Sale to list price there, 97.2%. So quite a chunk under asking price there, average-ish $12,000. 48 days on market. So again, days on market going up. Things are sticking around. 27 houses sold, 75 active. So again, 2.8, 3 months of inventory, more or less. Third market, we're looking at Kingswood, Hammonds, Plains area. Their average price point there is $717,000. Again, couple of $1 million stuff sold in that particular subdivision, probably Hammonds, Plains, more than the Kingswood stuff. But again, like you look at the price point there, like $717,000, 97.2% sale to list price. And again, 36 days on market, so just over a month. 22 houses sold, 38 houses for sale, gives you an inventory of 1.7 months. So those are all the stats, all the details. Like we told you what it means for listings. Be accurate, be sensible, be a good seller for buyers to get into. We had that problem a couple of times when sellers have not made it easy for me and my clients to go and see. Gives you a bit of an interesting feeling about whether this seller is going to be interesting or hard work to deal with. So be easy with your buyer's request to when they want to come and see the house. If we can't look at it, we can't make an offer on it. Simple as that. So make it easy on them, especially with marketing as well. You've got to be top notch there. You've got to have a really good, accurate price point, have a strategy. You don't want to be 40 days on market, that's for sure. Not in this time, because price drops will happen in that first 2 weeks. Buyers, this is the time to accumulate, then find some serious wealth creating ability. So investors, this is definitely a time to start looking as well. From the buying point of view, you're going to start getting discounts on houses. You're going to be able to go back and ask for things that you actually want. We're also seeing a lot of deals go conditional and then stop being conditional and fall back on the market. So backup offers, definitely a high strategy for buyers. And that's it. That's all the information. If you have any questions, again, make sure you hit the bell, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will see you real soon.